Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. My people, this morning our topic is They Are Not Like Us, and this is part 1. They are not like us, part 1. But before we get into this subject, let us approach the throne of the Most High and ask Him for His protection and for His inspiration while we discuss this very important topic. O great, supreme, and sovereign Most High, Father, as I come to you to speak about you, Yahweh, your only begotten Son, Yahushua, your heavenly kingdom, and our sojourn on this earth, Most High, I ask that you will send your Holy Spirit divinely close to this place. Let your Holy Spirit put only the things you have placed upon my heart, upon my lips. Let your Holy Spirit warn off all who will try to use demonic and other forces to interfere with my thoughts, to interfere with my memory, to interfere with my mind. And those who will try to use demonic and other forces, who will try to put words in my mouth that were not in my vocabulary, who will try to cause me to stumble over words I am familiar with. Most High, send your holy angels to set up a hedge of protection around me, Most High, so I can be safe even from the minor inconveniences that will try to hamper even my focus from what I am doing. Father, you know how our enemies behaves. You know they hate to hear the truth about themselves and will try anything to prevent the truth from going forward. Most High, in Yahushua's name I say, let it be done. My people, today's topic we are going to deal, They Are Not Like Us, part 1. And our scripture reading is coming from John chapter 8, verse 44. John chapter 8, verse 44 will be the basis or the foundation of which we develop this serious topic. John chapter 8, verse 44 says, "You are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." My people, in order for us to get a clear understanding and in order for us to lay a foundation for this topic, I will have to discuss something about this text we are speaking about here. Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, when he uttered these words, he was speaking to the Jews. He was speaking to the Jews. And as we have learned in this series X, that the Jews in this time, in this period of Earth's history, were second and third generation Romans who were born in Israel. They were all Caucasians. My people, we have learned that in Israel, the Israelites community surrounded, all of the activities surrounded the temple. Why? Because the law of Israel was the Holy Scriptures, and the keepers of the law were the Levites, and they were responsible for upholding the law of the land. And the law was housed in the temple of the Most High. So this is why the Romans who have conquered Israel appointed second and third generation Romans to administer the affairs of the temple, along with the Levite and those Caucasians who were now administering the affairs of the temple were called Jews. So when Yahushua was speaking these words, he was speaking to Caucasians. He identified them and he said to them that you are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Remember, he didn't say the lust of the father you can do, the lust of the father you may do, but he said the lust of your father you will do. That is definite. What he's saying to them, and what he's saying to those people who are looking on, that these are the children of Lucifer, and they will do the lust of their father. He said he was a murderer from the beginning, and he is a liar, and the truth is not with him. So what the Most High Son is saying, that the Jews were willing to kill anyone at any time, and they will lie to cover it up. We see this in scriptures, where they tried to kill Yahushua, the Son of the Most High. And not only did they try to kill him, but if the Most High did not take away Yahushua from them, they would have killed him if they got the opportunity to. My people, some of you, if you're watching for the first time, may be wondering, how do you consider that what the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ, was saying was literal? My people, we have learned in this series and before this series that angels are able to cohabit with women, they are able to impregnate women, and they are able to get children of women. If you go and you read Genesis chapter 6 verse 1 to 4, this will give you an outline of what happened. But this large speculation is not properly covered in Genesis chapter 6 verse 1 to 4. If you want to get a better understanding of what I'm saying here, you have to find the book of Enoch. And in the book of Enoch, you go to chapter 7, chapter 8, and chapter 9. And it will give you a detailed outcome of what I'm speaking here. It will even tell you some of the names of the angels that cohabit with women, impregnated women, and had children of women. But the only thing, these children become large and freakish monsters. Right? So to qualify this, we also learn in this series that Esau was the first Caucasian or the first Edomite to be born. That is why he was called Esau. If you go to Genesis chapter 25 verse 25 and you read there, you will see at the birth of Esau, a description was given about Esau. It says that Esau was red and like a hairy garment all over. And we know the American Indians, the original American Indians, and even the Caribou refer to the Caucasians as the red man. It is after they would have conquered the world, they would have changed all of these things and called themselves the white man and not the red man. Right? Let me further qualify this. If you go to the Encyclopedia Britannica or the Britannica Online and you find the topic Jerusalem, subtopic Romans rule, it will tell you there that the Roman king Herod that ruled over Israel when Yahushua, Jesus Christ, was alive, was an Edomite. And we know that the Roman did not appoint any non-Roman to any official capacity because the Romans were serious about their taxation, because taxation was what they were going to use to maintain world dominance forever. Let us go to another publication of another group of Caucasians, the Jews. The Jews had a publication called Chabad, and the online version is chabad.org. And when we read in chabad.org, it says that Esau is the progenitor or the father of the Romans, and it's elaborated on that point. Now here we see the publication of another Caucasian sect, the Jews, says that Esau is the progenitor of the Caucasians. So therefore, the first Caucasians came into existence in BC 2006 at the birth of Esau. Right? Hey Doug, how are you doing, my brother? So this is another publication of the Caucasians that declared that Esau is the progenitor of the Romans. And we know that Rome is a small city in Italy. How does a city come about? A city come about where one city have a population overflow. And because of this population overflow, they need to expand. But instead of expanding the city, they create another city for the proper management of their resources and the proper accountability of people. So Rome is a city in Italy. So if Esau is the progenitor of the Romans, therefore Esau is the progenitor of the entire nation of Italy. And since Esau had 11 dukes, 11 leaders, and one of the dukes were responsible for the Italians, it means that the other 10 dukes were responsible for going and conquering the other nations of Europe. And they break off and branch off and so on and so forth. So here we understand that when Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, was speaking, and he was telling them, according to John chapter 8, verse 44, that you are of the father the devil, he was speaking to the Caucasians. So now, how do you come about that the Caucasians are the children of the devil? You have to remember, the Most High made his promise to Abraham, the father of the Israelites, our father and your father. And what the Most High said to Abraham, right, is that I am going to make you the father of a mighty nation, and through your seeds, all the world will be blessed. Through Abraham, the Redeemer of the world was supposed to come. And when the Redeemer of the world came, he was going to bring salvation to all of the world except the Caucasians. Why except the Caucasians? Because Lucifer, in the same way, he caused the devils to impregnate women, as is in the outline in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 4. And it is elaborated on the book of Enoch, chapter 7, chapter 8, and chapter 9. He planted Esau into Rebekah's womb. So that is why Rebekah's pregnancy was so terrifying. It was terrible. So that Esau could get the blessings that the Most High have put upon Isaac. And therefore, throwing a monkey wrench in the Most High plan and aborting the plan of salvation. Right? So I am telling you that they are not like us. For example, if you take a cat and a dog and you mate them and they produce an animal, would that animal be a dog? Would that animal be a cat? Or would it be a completely different, a new species? So since Esau was put into Rebekah's womb, and although he spent 9 months in Rebekah's womb, and although he came through the birth canal as Jacob came through, he was not man. He was something different. But that is why they are able to conquer the whole world, because they have persuaded every nation. They have persuaded the Israelites and every nation of the world that they are like them. But they are not like us. And this is what we're going to discuss here. We are going to use history, we are going to use the Bible, and we are going to use wisdom and deduction. Let me tell you a story. When I was a youth, in the 1980s, 84, 85, 86, roller skating took over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In every pocket in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there were people who were roller skating. In Kingston, There were more roller skaters than anywhere else in the country. We, as young men and young women, will roller skate every day of the week from Sunday to Sunday. And we roller skate as soon as we came from school in the evening, all up to 10 o'clock in the night. Just enough time to go home and prepare for the next day. My people, there was a group of people in Bible that roller skated. The Big Shots in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Their children also roller skated. But they didn't roller skate on the streets as we did in Kingston, because we didn't have anywhere else to roller skate but on the streets. No facilities were made available to us. The Big Shots roller skated at the Prospect Rocket Club, which was a tennis club that had a disco. So those Big Shot children roller skated on the dance floor in the club and on the tennis court when they moved the ring, the nets. My people, they were practicing dance moves, and they thought that they were very good. All they would do is they will see us roller skating up and down back streets, speeding back and forth, holding on to cars and taking risks. And they thought that was all we knew how to do. They thought that was all we knew how to do. So what they did, they extended an invitation to us to come to the Prospect Rocket Club to participate in a dance roller skate competition. We gladly accepted the challenge because we have never seen these people roller skated. How good could they have been? But they have been practicing for many months, and they know what they were capable of. My people, when we went there, they took off the net off of the tennis court. So we had 2 tennis courts in which one to warm up and one to perform on. So me, I've been a natural show-off, especially on wheels. When I put on my skates, I walked onto the court and I was pretending like I couldn't skate. And I was tumbling back and stumbling forward and trying to catch my balance and so forth. And all of the spectators that the Big Shots invited to see their children performed in a competition against the ghetto youths were there. And when they saw me, they started to ridicule me. Why he didn't stay home? He can't skate. He gonna enter in competition? Why he don't get off the courts and so forth? They started to ridicule me. And I soak up all of their ridicule, and I still pretended to get from one side to the other. And I go to one of my friends and pretend I was gonna fall, and they would hold me up, just playing along with my joke. And they start ridiculing Alan. They start ridiculing Chief Strongblood. And then I steady myself, and I did a spin about 10 times or so on, very fast. And then I break out into some dance move. And when they saw that, they all went quiet. The whole audience went quiet. We were now warming up to get into this competition. And then we got the message that the competition is off, they're not willing to compete anymore. Because they saw what I did, they realized that all that they have been practicing, the quality of skills that they have in dancing could not have met up with what I performed in about 3 or 4 moves. My people, they saw us roller skating up and down back street, and they think that is all we did. But when we had our quiet time on the Singer Gallery, we would do all of these moves. And in the night after netball, it's finished. Doody Jack and his brother Big Jack, Breadhead, Floyd and Kenny Williams, who have the bakeries in Mill Street. Judy from Edinburgh, Peter Durant, God bless his soul, he's dead. Audley Quashie, Rose and Claudette Charles, Brian Denny, Father Huggins. We will all go to the netball court, and we will be up there on the court in the night, 9, 10 o'clock in the night, and we'll be practicing dance move and trying to do partner dance and so forth. So they were only seeing us driving up, skating up and down back street. They didn't see us in the night, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, while we were there practicing our dance move. So when they saw me break out that dance move. They realize that these guys are good and they can dance also. My people, I was so good that I could have done a triple spin like they do in figure skating. After when all my friends will have left, sometimes me and Breadhead will stay there and I'll be practicing the triple spin until I get it in. Breadhead will tell me, okay, Alan, I think if you do this, you'll be able to land on your foot. So Breadhead will look at my mistakes and correct them while I practice the triple spin. You understand? So they had something to get. My people, I deceived them into believing that I couldn't skate. And they believe I couldn't skate. And you know what? They start ridiculing me. My people, the Caucasians deceived the whole world into believing that they and us are the same. And because we believe that they and us are the same, they are able to use their demonic powers upon us without we knowing and get us to do things that would put us at odds with our God. Okay, let us get into the meat of this business now. If you turn to Revelation chapter 13 verse 2. Revelation chapter 13 verse 1 spoke about a beast that came out of the sea. And in prophecy, a beast represents a nation, right? And in Bible prophecy, nation is not a country. Nation takes on the correct definition of a nation. A group of people who has a common ancestry or heritage, a common history, speaks a common language and a common culture. So the Caucasian is a nation. The Asian people are a nation. Not Chinese and Japanese, they're just one nation. The Indian is a nation, not Pakistanis and Indian and Bangladeshis. They are all one nation. The African continent has one nation, and so forth and so forth. Right? My people, when the beast came out of the sea that represented the nation, we have discussed this in a previous lesson in this series. They were the Caucasian nation. And the beast gave them, according to Revelation chapter 13 verse 2, the beast gave the Caucasian nation his power, his seat, and his great authority. So remember earlier, we said that Esau was planted in Rebekah's womb in order to abort the plans of the Most High. And now we are seeing in Revelation that the beast is giving the Caucasian nation his power, his seat, and his great authority. Well, let us tie these two together. If you turn to Malachi chapter 1 verse 2, you will see there, the Most High, the Creator God says, I love Jacob, but I hated Esau. I will call Esau a border of wickedness forever. And I will hate Esau forever. So here we see the Creator of the world, the one who knows everything, is saying that he hates this group of people, the Edomites. He will hate the Edomites forever. People, in Matthew chapter 13, the parable of the wheat and the tares, what Yahweh, the Son of God, was saying to the Israelites in Israel. Listen, the false prophecy as was outlined in Genesis chapter 3, where the Mosai says that the devil is going to have children, it's already come to pass. He was saying it come to pass with the birth of Esau and Jacob. And in explaining the parable, he was saying the devil planted seed in Rebekah's womb. And Esau, the devil's seed, and Jacob has to live in her womb until they were born, until the day of harvest. But in that same parable, he was also speaking about the end of the world. So we see how it is all tying here. So now we learn that the devil is a dragon. The dragon is a devil. Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So we see the dragon give the Caucasian nation his power, his seat, and his great authority. Okay, we have to explain what are these three things in the literal realms. Let us deal with the seat first. The seat of a king is the kingdom of which he ruled over. The seat of Queen Elizabeth is the entire United Kingdom and all of the Commonwealth nation. That is her seat. So what is the seat of the devil? We learn in Matthew that Yahushua says that the devil is the ruler. The Son of God says the devil is the ruler of the earth. So, the devil gave the Caucasian his seat, gave them the authority to rule all of the earth. That is why they are in control of all of the earth resources, and every nation of the world have to contend with their leadership. The Chinese, the Japanese, the Indians, the Caribbean people, the South American, the Central American, the Asian, everybody have to contend and remain under their leadership, because their father, the devil, gave them his seat according to Revelation chapter 13 verse 2. He gave them his power. Remember, the one that rules the world controls the resources of the world. That is why about 80% of the companies in China that export to the United States are the United States owned. It controls every nation by aggression and war. Nobody wants to get involved in a war with America, so they don't offend America. So they control them, they tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it. When Obama was president, he signed a treaty with the Afghanistan. When Trump became president, he went in and he signed a new treaty, a new contract with the Afghanistan. Now Biden is president, he go in and he signed a new contract with the Afghanistan. The Afghanistanis cannot come and say, hey, we don't like the terms of this contract, let us sign it over. No, they are in control of the world, and they are in control of the world resources. So his great authority, the dragon, has power and authority over all of the spirit world. Devils, demons, and evil spirits. That is why when a man gets involved in homosexuality or bestiality, or a woman do the same, or the woman gets involved in abortion, and the spirit of the Most High left them, devils and demons possess them, what happens? He who controls the devil that controls you enslaves you. That is why you see so much people have to given their allegiance to a Caucasian person, because they have control over the devil. In California here, they have, and in this United States, they have been re-enslaving the Israelites. They have been re-enslaving the Israelites, and they are now enslaving Chinese, Pakistanis, Mexicans, and all of these people who have never knew slave in the same way we have. They are now enslaving them, using demonic force. Now they can stay in their own homes and inflict great pain, torment, and agony upon these people. In the same way, a voodoo man with a voodoo doll will inflict great pain, torment, and agony by inflicting these pains on the voodoo doll, and the demon that possessed them will transmit those pain upon the individual. My people, so let us go down. They are not like us. They have the power to put thoughts into our heads without we knowing. And when they put these thoughts into our heads, because we don't know where these thoughts come from, we think it's our thoughts. This is a thought that I came up with. And we dwell on these thoughts. And then we live out these thoughts in our lives. That is how they get us to go against the words and the will of the Most High. Right? They get us to do things because a thought pop into our heads. And the Bible speaks about this also. And we dwell on these thoughts. And we make these thoughts our thoughts. And then we act on these thoughts. So you see a handsome guy going there. And you say, oh, that guy's handsome. I would like to spend a night with him. That is not your thought. That is a thought that is placed into your head in conjunction to what you are looking at. Normally, you may look at that person as handsome, well-built, but not sexually. But the sexual aspect of the thought was placed there for you to think that is your thought. He's handsome, he's well-built, he's sexy, I'd like to have sex with him. No, you dwell on it, you get involved in an adulterous relationship, you are the worst for it. The same thing with the men. You may see a woman passing and you admire the clothes she's wearing and the way the clothes hug her body. But then the Caucasians will see you admiring and they put this thought into your heads. And you dwell on it. Now you go in and making advances after someone's wife. See how this is work? My people, they command the evil spirit world. We don't have the power to do that. We don't have the power to put thoughts in people's head. I am speaking to you from experiences that I have encountered here, right in this California here. And I recognize them because the Most High have been showing me these things and bringing them to my attention as they happen to me. My people, every Caucasian is a player and is a worker for the devil. It doesn't matter how nice they are. The nice ones will induce us into thinking that the Caucasians are not bad. It's just some of them. My people, listen to me. A reckless snake would bite you and he will kill you because he's venomous. When he bites you, it's because he intends to kill you. An anaconda don't have any venom. So if he bites you, his bite will not be fatal as the rattler or the cobra bite will be. But the anaconda will wrap itself around you and he'll crush your bones in the same way. His intent is to kill like the cobra. But because the anaconda don't have any venom, does that mean he is friendly? A garden snake, he doesn't have any venom, he don't have the size and the strength to kill you. So he will crawl up at your foot, and when you're not looking, he will bite you, and you will laugh at it because you say, look at him, he's trying to bite, because you think it's funny because he's harmless to you. My people, so it is with the Caucasians community. Some of them, they are a well-oiled machine. Some of them are there to induce you into becoming comfortable with the snakes like the garden snake. You become comfortable with them because they are harmless. Everything they do, you know, it will not hurt you. But their intent when he bites you is to put you down, but you don't have the power and the venom to do it. And there are some that is like the anaconda. They are nice pets. They are slow. And they have to take their time to wrap around you before they exert any power. They have to make sure that they have you in a position where you cannot escape. Because if they wrap around you, and you could easily move them because when their muscles are not contract, you can control them. And you will think, oh, this is so cute. He loves me. But he's really preparing you. to crush you to death. And the cobra, they are like the people in the Ku Klux Klan. They will kill you every chance they get. So the garden snake, get you comfortable around snake. Right? The anaconda, make you a little more comfortable around big snakes. But when you go and mess with the cobra, and the rattlesnake, and the black mamba, they will hit you one time and they will kill you. Every Caucasian is dangerous. They all have the role to play. And their objective is the will of their father, the devil. My people, they literally feeds on people. My people, we know that they say art imitates life. And we see that with the movie. Everything you see on the movie is something that would have happened in life, real life. My people, remember, in the 50s they had the Jetson. The Jetson was running around, was flying around in the 50s in a little plane from buildings to buildings. Today, this is a reality. We have drones, and there are people who are making small drones that could lift people and take them from place to place. So we see the Jetsons, this technology have been available for many years, but it wasn't the time in Earth's history to bring this technology into fruition. Right? Remember the horror movies, vampire movies. All of the vampires were what? Caucasians. They had long teeth coming down their sides, and those teeth were fanged. It was believed that they will sink their fangs into your jugular and suck all of your bloods out of your system. My people, art imitates life. They are a group, I don't know if it's all, but they're a group of Caucasians, I'm telling you from my experience, who are vampires, who walks about in broad daylight. They don't go about sucking blood. That is an embellishment to make people afraid. They don't go about sucking blood, but they derive some form of nutrients from our fecal matter, from our shit. But before our fecal matter is disposed, they derive some form of nutrients from our fecal matter. My people, they all have fangs, and when they can use those fangs on you, sitting with you at a table, or sitting in the office with you, or being some distance with you, they can use that fang on you. And you don't know, you will never see it, you don't know it is being used on you. Because remember, they are what? Children of the devil. They are devils. This is what they do. They have a fang, and they will, you cannot see it, they will use that fang on you. They will send that fang up your anus, up your butt. But because most of us clean our butts properly, when we take a dump, their fang produce a chemical. And when this chemical, they excrete this chemical in your butt, and it lubricates your butt, and they can go up in it. And when they go up in your butt, they now mess with the fecal matter in your colon and cause it to come through your posture. That is why a lot of people just have skid marks and they don't know where the skid marks come from. Now, that will give the shaft of their fang that is they inserted into your rectum an easy way into, because they are deriving some form of nutrients from our fecal matter. When they finish suck out whatever nutrients they get in our fecal matter before it is disposed of, they take it out. How you know this is happening? You feel like a little tingling in your posterior area. I remember when I first felt this tingling, I brought it to my mother's attention, and she said, "Oh, you have worms." But I said, "Will the worm come out down there and tickle your bottom and go back up?" So this is what's happening. And after you felt this tingling and you finish feeding, pay attention next time. You'll have a desire to pass gas. Because when they eat, whatever they excrete in your system is passed out after they come out as gas. So they also feed on us, right? So they are definitely not like us. They have the power to interfere with your emotions and your urges. Somebody can do something in a present that is not offensive, but they can put a thought in your head and get you angry because they have the ability to store up your emotions. And when they get you angry, you react based on something that you will not normally react on. You have the power to store up your sexual urges and other urges. So when you see that lady or that man and you see his big muscles or her nice hips and you're looking at her in admiration and they put the thought in your head, boy, I would like to hit that. You know what I mean? They now give you an erection, or they start to mess with the woman's genitals and let them feel what they call sexy. So now you think these thoughts are your thoughts, but it's they who are messing with you to pull you away from the Most High. My people, they have deceived us all into believing that we and them are the same. That is why they have kept us in disobedience to the Most High. Because according to Deuteronomy chapter 30, that is Deuteronomy chapter 30, I think it's verse 8, it says, the causes that we are now experiencing as the children of the Most High is for our enemies, those who hate us and those who persecute us. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68 says, your enemies are the person to whom you are offered for sale as bondmen and bondwomen. The only person you are offered to for sale as bondmen and bondwomen is the Caucasian. So my people, the causes that we are experiencing is designed for our enemies, the Caucasians. But they keep us in disobedience to the Most High. So we, the children of the Most High, can experience the causes of the Most High. And they experience the good things. My people, all you have to do is to appease the Most High. Appease the Most High. Remember in Kings, when the Assyrians took the Israelites captive and take them back to Assyria, and the Assyrians and Babylonian and other members of Assyria took inhabit Israel and Jerusalem, lions came in and were killing them. How did they get the lions to stop killing them? Is that they start offering sacrifice to the Most High in Jerusalem. And not only that, they were still continuing with their evil demon worship and all so on. So all they had to do is to appease the Most High. That's why they have so much church. The churches is to appease the Most High. While they keep us in disobedience to the Most High, they appease Him and they get what we are supposed to have. And we get their portions. My people, they are not like us. I am coming with part 2 as soon as I'm finishing this video. Part 2 is coming up next. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora, Machismo. I'll talk to you tomorrow.